Welcome to Voices in the Community, where we share the stories and conversations with students, staff, and community members who make a difference in Franklin Township. I'm Dr. Chase Huotari, Superintendent of Franklin Township, and today we're talking all things the Franklin Township Education Foundation. I'm joined by Executive Director Stephanie Riegler, where she leads the foundation's fundraising efforts, donor engagement, grant programs, and community partnerships, all with the goal of supporting Franklin Township community school teachers and students in meaningful ways. Stephanie, welcome to Voices in the Community.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so I just want to hear, I always try to humanize everybody because we've got all of these things that go on in a school corporation, all these tactical objectives that we have, and the foundation does a lot. But I kind of want to hear about you and, you're a township resident, you've had kids that are in Franklin Township schools, have gone through Franklin Township schools. Just talk to me, what led you to becoming the executive director at the Education Foundation?
Yeah, like you said, I live here in Franklin Township. We've been here for a little over 20 years now. I've had one son go through Franklin Township schools from kindergarten through graduation. He graduated in 2024. So he's now going to be a junior in college this year. And then I have another son who is going to be a junior at the high school this year. So we have just seen both of our boys thrive as they have gone through the school system here. I have worked in nonprofit pretty much my whole career. That was not necessarily the plan initially. I went to school to be a teacher, but there was a point in time where there were more teachers than teaching jobs, and that was me when I graduated college. There just weren't a lot of teaching jobs out there. Every job I applied for had 100 other people trying to apply for it. So it's a very different world we're living in these days. But I stumbled across a job with a nonprofit as I got out of college and was just looking for something to pay the bills and loved it. So I have stuck to nonprofit work ever since. And so it's been kind of nice. I've worked for a couple of different nonprofits, but this has kind of come full circle because now I get to be here in this position where I'm working for a nonprofit that helps our students and our schools and our teachers. So it kind of puts together what I thought I was going to be doing with what my career path has led me to do and kind of merge those things together.
Yeah, it did kind of merge together. Were you elementary, middle school, high school? What were you thinking teaching wise?
I was high school. I was looking to be a high school social studies teacher. That's what the plan was. And just, life had other plans for me.
Yeah, and a Clemson Tiger through and through. You've got your son is at Clemson now, and he's doing an internship in DC, which is really, really cool to have a couple former Flashes, I understand, out there in DC interning. So that's absolutely awesome. I want to shift to the mission of Franklin Township Education Foundation. We're coming up on 30 years of FTEF and 30 years of supporting Franklin Township schools. I know there is an awareness for most about the Education Foundation, but it's kind of surface level. So if you were going to talk to somebody who's less familiar about FTEF, how would you describe the foundation's mission and the work that you guys do?
Sure. So yeah, FTEF began, and as you said, FTEF is the Franklin Township Education Foundation. So for short, we call ourselves FTEF because we know that's a mouthful to say all of that. So FTEF began about 30 years ago with a grant from the Lilly Foundation that was matched by the Central Indiana Community Foundation. They were looking to create education foundations in all of the different townships in Marion County. And the goal and the mission of these foundations was to support their local public schools. So that's the ultimate mission of the Franklin Township Education Foundation, is to support the students, staff, and teachers of our school district.
And you guys do that in a variety of ways. One of the things that I was really excited about this year is the foundation got involved with some kindergartner readers that we sent out to all of our brand new kindergartners. So talk a little bit about how the foundation, what are the kind of the key projects and things going on, maybe year over year, maybe a new thing that maybe somebody doesn't know about that the foundation does to support our schools.
Sure. Yeah, like you said, those kindergarten reader books, we want to make sure that our youngest flashes are getting welcomed to the school district in the right way and that they are getting the tools that they need to start school on the right foot. So we have always provided books when the kindergartners come to their assessment ahead of the school year. This year, working alongside you and the district, we were able to get some books published called Captain Flash Goes to Kindergarten. So it was a great way to introduce our kindergartners to our Franklin Township schools and the flashes and that they are going to be a flash, while also getting some books in their hands that they can practice reading over the summer so that when they start school, they have a love of reading and a love of learning and school spirit as well. So that was a fun project to be a part of. We do grants every fall. So we open up the grant application. Teachers have the opportunity to submit a grant application, and we typically will fund somewhere between $25,000 and $30,000 worth of funding to our teachers that they can pour right back into their classrooms, right back into their students. Franklin Township Schools does a great job of providing our teachers and our students with the tools they need to be successful. But we have some really creative teachers out there who want to do some things that maybe your traditional school funding doesn't allow them to do. And we know a lot of teachers spend their own money out of their own pockets to do some of these things. So those great opportunities, or some of those, is that chance for them to share with us some of those creative ideas that they want to do in their classroom, and for us to fund some of those. So one of my favorite ones I got to go to and witness this year is both Acton and Bunker Hill brought in a mobile inflatable planetarium, and it was in the gym. This company comes in, they blow this dome up in the gym, and the kids crawl inside, which they love, and they're sitting in there and they show the stars and the planets. And it was just a fun way for the students to bring science to life right there in the classroom.
That's unbelievable. And I'm looking at the tile behind you, knowing the FTEF mission statement about making a difference. And we talk about making a difference in our district mission statement, and it's also FTEF's mission at the same time. In order to make that difference, it takes a lot of people in the community that individually want to make a difference. To fund those grants and to do those things that we're doing for kids and our creative instructors and teachers in the classroom, how can somebody get involved? What are the events, the programs, the things somebody can do in order to get the help that they know that they can provide to FTEF so it makes it into the classrooms?
Yeah, so we do 3 major fundraisers each year. So in the winter, we do our FTEF Gala. So that is a fun event. To bring the community together. It's a dinner. We have entertainment. We recognize some of our teachers there. So that's a great opportunity to come and be with community members and raise money for our schools. We also do the annual Fast Flash 5K. So that is really, talk about community. That really does bring everyone together. We have that at the high school. It's a 5K and a 2K run or family fun walk, and followed by our back to school bash. We always do that event right before school starts. So it's a great way to stay afterwards for the back to school bash, and all the schools have a table set up so you can meet with your principals and other teachers from the school. And most importantly, you can connect with the PTOs of each of the schools and find out what their needs are for the year, because they have the same mission as us. They're wanting to help the teachers and the staff and the students at their individual schools. And then we also have a golf outing that we do in September. We do that at Back 9. So it's just kind of a fun way to get together and with your friends and play a day of golf at Back 9, but raise money for the Education Foundation.
Yeah, I when we talk about the events that you guys do, first of all, the Fast Flash is unbelievable. And if you've got little ones, yes, you're getting ready for the start of the school year. There's a lot of tables and folks that you can get involved with and check everything out. But you also get a chance to interact with our students at the high school. They've got different booths you can be a part. You can hang out with basketball teams, softballs out there. And our students are amazing with the little ones. I know when my kids went to sports camps or came around, they just absolutely admire the FCHS kids. And it's just one of those great opportunities. I also run. I was just thinking, I got to go make sure that I've signed up. I can't remember if I've signed up or not. I need to go and look at that. The gala as well was just awesome this year. Let's dig into the gala just a little bit. We honor some folks via the Wall of Fame, and there's some other things that go on that particular night. It's a great night downtown. You want to talk a little bit about the gala, because I think it's something that's a kind of a hidden gem. It's a nice night out for everybody.
It is. We just started doing that about 3 years ago, so it's still a relatively new event. So far we've had it downtown each year. It's been at the Biltwell Event Center downtown the last 2 years. We have dinner, like you said. We honor the Wall of Fame winners for the district that year. We typically have some teachers there that kind of share a little bit about what getting funding from FTEF has meant to them and their classrooms and their students. We have done a casino theme the last couple of years with it, and had a group come in and do some casino games, which is kind of fun. We take a break from all the serious sitting and listening to people talk, to getting up and playing some games and having some fun, a silent auction. And it's just a fun night. Get a sitter and come on down, and just a fun night to get away and celebrate everything that's good about our school district.
Yeah, we've got an unbelievable community, and that's a night for me that shines through. You're just around, and everybody's just so darn nice and wanting to support our students and our kids. We get to hear from teachers. We get to hear from everybody on that particular night. And then the golf outing kind of launches me into, as we're getting towards the golf outing, 30 years of FTEF, 30 for 30 campaign. Tell us a little bit about what that is, what inspired it, and how community members, alumni, parents, staffs, local businesses can get involved in that.
Sure. So FTEF will be celebrating its 30th birthday later this year in November. So we're going to kick off a $30 for 30 years. We want to be careful with 30 for 30 with, I know there's probably some licensings with that, with a certain sports TV program. But so $30 for 30 years, we're asking the community to just help support us on this 30th anniversary year, and support FTEF with a $30 donation that can then pour back into our teachers and staff and our students. So we're going to be kicking that off at the golf outing this year, and then be doing that all throughout our 30th anniversary, along with some other activities to just celebrate FTEF and what we're able to do, but more importantly, celebrate our teachers and our students and what they're able to do and accomplish because of the things that we're able to provide them.
Yeah. That's the hard thing about, I would imagine, about foundation work, is finding somebody that's out in the community. They're like, I don't know where I fit in. I don't know how I get involved. What would you suggest to somebody that's just not really sure how they get into that work, and how do they help out the foundation?
Sure. Well, with the events that we have, we're always looking for volunteers. So please feel free, if anyone's interested in getting involved. We would love to have you come and volunteer at one of our events. Making a donation, certainly that helps us get those supplies and those creative ideas funded. Look for things that we post on social media. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And I try to post things on some of the community chats as well. For example, we have about 60 new teachers that are going to start this year, and those 60 teachers are going to need things in their classrooms to get going. And so they'll have the basic supplies that they need in their classroom, but we know that they're going to want some other fun things in their classrooms as well. So we've put together an Amazon wish list. So we're going to be posting that out on social media. So go on there and purchase, whether it's tissues and hand sanitizer, or dry erase markers, or whatever it might be that's on that list that can help teachers. So look for those opportunities. Visit our website. It's myftef, myftef.org. So visit our website for the different things that we're doing and the ways that you can get involved. And certainly, I'm here today to talk about FTEF and ways you can get involved with us. But also, those schools that have PTOs, get involved with those as well. I want to make sure to give my counterparts in the PTOs and the PTAs a shout out as well with their spring flings and the different programs that they put together. They need volunteers as well. So just look for different ways that you can get involved in our schools.
Yeah, that's a great point. The first step is the step. That's every moment is a chance to make a difference, and it could be something really small, just about showing up. There's two things on that line that I want to cover before we finish up here. Number one is your board and those that are involved. They are unbelievable people. They do a lot. Talk a little bit about how that board functions, how they make the events happen, because they're just awesome people that do great work.
They're amazing. I cannot brag on them enough. They are wonderful people who just want to give back, and they are a working board. Sometimes you hear about boards with foundations or companies, and they just show up to vote on how the money is going to be spent that year or whatever the decision making is. But they are a true working board. They're at every event. They're setting up. They're moving tables. So it's a great way to get involved by serving on our board. And if you're not quite sure if you want to take that leap just yet, we also have what we call an advisory council. That's a group of individuals that are kind of learning a little bit more about us. We're learning about them. They're getting a taste of what it is that we do to see if it's something that they want to maybe step up to the board and serve a little bit more in the future.
Yeah, again, an awesome group. They do a whole lot on making those events happen. And every month, I'm there to give an update on the district. So if you want to get involved, you can reach out to Stephanie, and she can point you in the right direction on numerous ways that you can get involved. The last thing I want to finish up with is you're making a concerted effort to get our alumni back connected with Franklin Central and Franklin Township schools. Is there anything coming up that maybe an alum can get involved in with Franklin Township?
Yes, we are working on creating an official alumni association. I don't know, to my knowledge, I don't think there's ever been an official FC alumni association. So we're looking to start that. We've kicked that off with some opportunities for alumni to get together, take a tour of the current high school. There's lots of activity happening over at the high school, and sometimes people just are curious. They want to see what's going on the outside. They want to see what's going on the inside. So keep an eye out for opportunities to have an alumni night where you can come over. You have been gracious enough to come and speak at those and share some updates about what's going on, and then take a tour of the high school. So look for those opportunities. We'd love to have you. But just looking to join that alumni association so that we can keep you updated. I know you have a new community newsletter as well. So we'll certainly be helping to push that out to people who are part of the alumni association who might not be on that community newsletter list. So we'll be sharing information about what's happening. It's free to join. There's no fee to join the association. We just want to get your information so that we can share updates of what's going on with the school district. And then it's great when your class does have reunions. We can help those parties that are planning your reunion activities get in touch with you and let you know what's going on.
Everywhere that I go, I run into an FC alum, and it's awesome. Just the history of Franklin Township schools, Franklin Central. It's pretty unbelievable, and so we really want people to connect back with us. Well, Stephanie, this has been great to learn a little bit about FTEF. In our mission statement, coming back to that, together we make a difference is the very beginning of our mission statement, and that's truly what FTEF does. Is it brings the together into that mission statement and connecting our schools, families, and our community. I appreciate you joining me today, and for everybody listening, we'll catch you on the next one.